going on, guys? So I did a lot of research. I was reading, doing some things, watching videos, whatever, and I realized that there's some flaws in the design of this grill, this Masterbuilt 560, but there's a guy named Luke who makes mods for it. They're kind of pricey, but they're stainless steel, pretty heavy duty mods. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to show what those mods are. I pretty much bought the Elite mod pack from him, and it comes with like fan protector, a grate for the ash bucket, a water pan insert, a anti-flare drip cover for the manifold, and a sleeve that goes down inside to protect the firebox, because the firebox apparently does degrade pretty quickly in just a few cooks. Now Masterbuilt does say that it's designed to do that. I don't really know, but they have some fire brick behind the steel. Once that steel goes away, there's fire brick there, and you can continue to use the grill just as normal. But I'm going to go ahead and put this sleeve in to kind of protect that firebox lining, just to reinforce it some, and this will add to the longevity of the grill. So let's get in closer. We're going to take off the protective outer grate here, or outer vents here. We're going to take those off and then put this firebox in. So let's get going. Okay, so this thing should just pop right off. I don't think I have any screws holding it anywhere else. Let me check inside here. Oh, no, we have one more set of screws here. These ones. Go ahead and get these off as well. Luckily, all these screws are the same size. So now let's pop this off. Just like that. Comes right off. Just set that aside. Next thing I gotta do is separate this piece from this piece. So what we need to do actually is disconnect our electrical switch, or our little switch here. So I'm just gonna pull down. Hopefully it pops right off. It is coming off. Let's move the little boots down, and I just have to rock it a little bit. There's one. And these don't really matter which way they go back on, so you don't have to memorize which way they went. Just disconnect them. Ta-da! Just like that. I'm just going to move the switch just out of the way. We'll just move the cable out of the way down here. So now we're going to get this, and this, all this loose. Okay, that's all the screws. Now I'm going to hope that this gasket doesn't get buggered up when I'm pulling it off, but Luke did provide me with some extra gasket anyways that I'm going to put on top of this. Just go ahead and slowly lift her off. I think he provided it because he knows that this gasket can get messed up doing this, but that's okay. And I was actually able to save that gasket, so I really won't need to use his gasket, but you know what, yeah, this is fiberglass. This will never really break down or anything. So let's take a closer look here now. Now you can see down in here, this did start to get a little warpy on me, but these are the plates. These plates here are what break down over time, and they already started to warp a little bit. You already got some flaking going on, and that's only after a couple of cooks. So the idea is we're going to hammer this back in a little bit. It did get a little warped on us. Just kind of want to hammer that back in for sure. And see, this is the fire brick material they're talking about behind. Alright, I hammered that in as much as I think I can. Let's go get the new sleeve. Actually, this whole thing. And you know, to be quite honest with you, Masterbuilt does sell these replacement pieces if you wanted to buy new ones, but you can see they break down really quick. This one's already got some corrosion starting, so this is kind of a flaw in the design for sure. But we're gonna go ahead and put in that nice stainless steel sleeve and just kind of work its way in there. Okay, here's the new sleeve, and you can see it's got a kind of a cutout here because that goes towards the fire side, or towards the grill side. So I'm just kind of going to work it down inside these existing plates. You kind of come in at an angle. I've seen people's tips and tricks on this. Come in at an angle with it first, and then straighten it out. And this is actually very sharp, so you have to kind of be careful not to cut yourself. Look at the gauge on this, man. Look at the gauge on the lip of this sleeve. It's fantastic. This dude thought it out real well. So now what we're going to do, take a piece of lumber here. I'm just going to lay it on top, and we're going to it's in there. Now there's a lip on the inside of the top fire column that this can't be flush. This actually has to go further in, so then you can just take your 2x4, kind of tap it down in there some more. I'm using a pretty long piece of wood here. Am I sleeving away? I think so. You have to work with it, man. Just doing it in the corners is probably the best. Kind of hammering down the sides and the corners at the same time. And it looks like we're almost there. I'm gonna give a few more taps on this corner. There you go, man. That's in there. Let's put it all back together. Okay, let's go ahead and put the top portion back on. I'm not even going to need the gasket because it looks like my fiberglass stayed in place for the most part here. We're going to get it to sit down in there. Yep. That sits perfect on there, man. Cool. So that fit perfect on there. So we're going to go ahead and put the bolts back in place. Just line it up, and I'm not going to snug them down just yet. Just get them started. I'm going to go ahead and snug these down now. And my drill has a anti-strip feature on it, like most drills do in this century. So it won't let me strip them. This is also a good time, like if you've been using your grill a little bit and you get like pine needles and crap that get inside the vents, you can get it out. Put that cover on, you can get all the stuff out, clean it up a little bit. So let's check this one more time. Cool. Now that that's done, I can go ahead and bring this back up and reconnect it. Doesn't matter which one goes where, as long as they're reconnected. These are real thin wires, so be very careful when you're handling them. That one's back on. Put this one back on. Alright, we're good. That's all connected back. Time to put this cover back on. Basically, putting this back exactly kind of the way I took it apart. Alright, so we got that all done. It's all back together. Not too bad. I even corrected in the smoked wings video, you'll see I actually like didn't put this bottom vent on right, or protective guard on right, and so the slide plate piece wasn't like the slide plate holder, snuffer plate holder wasn't sliding in there properly and was like outside the protective guard. Well, I've corrected that while I had this thing apart. So I just waited until I was going to do this mod to change that. And also another thing is this is the only part of the mod, which is actually a pretty important piece of it, that requires tools. Everything else is just kind of like set in and you can take it out. It doesn't mod the grill to the degree that it voids the warranty. So all these mods, mods, are done in a manner that your warranty stays intact. So we got the sleeve in. Let's go ahead and show you the other mods. Alright, look at this design. I know it's kind of a similar concept as like a pellet smoker, but this is no good. We need some flow control here. And not flow control in the sense that we're controlling temp. That's not the idea behind this. The idea behind flow control on this is that you keep your smoke in there just a little bit longer, and you also reduce the amount of burn time on your coals. You're not burning through your coals as quick. So this will help conserve coals as well as get a little more smoke in your food. Not that you don't get enough smoke as it is, but this will help. It'll be more controllable at your discretion. So check it out. He even, see if we can get in there. It's a little bright day today, and I know he did even put his little, he etched LSS Mods. That's the name of the company. I am going to put a link to the mods where you can buy them down below in this video. So let's check it out, man. This, like I said, these mods don't void the warranty on your grill because they are just, you can put them in, take them out, and you're not doing any drilling, anything like that. So check it out. Basically, this piece here sits inside, and you want to set it in left side first. You want to slide to the left, pop in. That's it. That's all there is to it, man. And you got a little handle here. Want to adjust your vent flow? Boom. You want to slow it down? Boom. Now, well, Luke makes a disclosure on his on a piece of paper that he gives you with this, is that you want to take this. You can actually tighten this too. There's a little nut here. You want to take this off if you're going to do high heat sear cooks, because because I think he's telling people that for liability reasons, because maybe somebody does a high heat sear and they forget to do that, which causes problems if you don't do this on a high heat sear, because you need that airflow. So he put in the paperwork, take this out when you're doing high heat cooks, but if you're doing smokes you can leave it in. I'm saying just open it wide open when you're doing high heat cooks, and then when you're done just close it up. So that's that mod. Okay guys, next couple of mods here, pretty brilliant I think, is the water pan. God knows some of us like to have our water pan in there, right? Simple, skinny water pan, stainless steel. Just goes right here between the box, or between the manifold and the firebox. And the brilliant part is it sits on top of that flame channel, whatever you want to call that, and it evaporates your water there, creating a nice moist environment in your grill. And they say to like push this over as much as you can, or move it, push it this way to kind of snug it up a little bit. I think it's fine just like that, it just sits in there. If you don't have the space, then you need to move your manifold over just a tad. Now the next wonderful idea is this anti-flare drip tray. Right now, the way the manifold is designed is like grease and stuff just drips on top of this thing, and then it falls down into the bottom tray, and then you empty the bottom tray. You can actually pull out the whole entire bottom tray or empty the little slide out pan that's underneath. The problem is if you're doing high heat cooks, you get grease fires, because as you're doing steaks or whatever, it drips down and gets inside the little holes here that are in the manifold, and you get flare-ups and you get burnt steaks and stuff. So another non-invasive mod is this guy. Just sits on there just like that. So now all your fat and everything drips onto this. I got dirty fingers, so whatever, this thing's gonna get dirty anyways. Drips onto this, all the fat gets caught by this lip on both sides and then drips down into the pan, completely avoiding the manifold altogether. You can leave that on there at all times really, and just kind of take it out once in a while and clean it off. It's stainless steel, so it'll last a lot longer, and it'll protect your manifold as well. In this water pan, they did disclose, they as in Luke, disclose that if you're going to do regular cooks, just take it out. It'll extend the life of your water pan. Only use it when you're doing low and slow. So if you're not low and slow smoking, which I do 99% of the time, take it out. Because high heat cooks is hell on metal anyways. And we're not done yet. We have drip pan brackets here. They just sit on top inside the lip of this thing, just like so. And now you have a place to set a drip pan for underneath your main grates. Pretty ingenious. But I don't use a drip pan that often, but if you're one of those people who like to collect the fat from your meats and everything and make gravies or whatever, or some kind of au jus using fat separators or whatever, this is a perfect option. How do we get more water in there without disturbing our meats? Good thing you asked, because this dude's thought of everything. Your mod kit comes with this syringe, and basically you fill it up with water and you just inject your water through the grate into your water pan when it needs to be refilled. Apple juice and water, whatever you're using. Perfect, man. And another mod we have is a fan protector, because sometimes the hot coals want to fall in and they can hit your fan and melt your fan, plastic and wires apparently. Hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm being proactive. But it just, it's just, there ain't no rocket science behind this either, but it just goes right in there. And that keeps those coals from falling down into the fan chamber. Perfect. Okay, our last mod to talk about is the ash bucket. We're not actually modifying the ash bucket, but the concept is with this grill is you can either add your wood in your fire chamber, or you can actually add your wood mixed in with your coal in your hopper, or you can throw your chunks of wood down in here, and as the ashes fall, the hot ashes, they'll actually start to burn the wood that's in here and get some smoke from that as well. So very simple design, nothing crazy rocket science about this. But this just sits inside like so. So you can put your wood here on top of this, and as things fall on it, it'll smoke and burn, and this will actually catch some of your coals so that they continue to burn here when they're no longer when they fall through the main charcoal grate. And it just goes inside just like that. Fits in there like a glove. Awesome. There she is, all down in there and fresh and pretty and ready for some cooks, man. And people do actually modify the grate that holds the charcoal back by adding extra metal cross grid pieces and stuff. And I may or may not do that. May not need to. I don't know. We'll see. But I really wanted to get that nice, thicker stainless steel sleeve down in there. And you can see it looks like it's going to be awesome. And so yeah, there's that. So guys, that covers it for this video. I just hope you enjoyed watching me mod this thing as much as I enjoyed doing it. It was real simple, straightforward. Anybody can do this. If you know how to use a screwdriver, you should be able to do this. There's nothing very mechanically inclined about this other than being able to take screws out and put them back in. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. We got some more cooks coming up on this video. We'll see how this stainless steel sleeve holds, but I think we're going to get some good life out of it. And granted, you spend quite a bit of money on the grill, and these mods are not cheap. I think it was like $315 for these mods, but they're good mods. I really think you should add them to the grill, especially if you've already spent so much on the grill. You might as well try and extend its life as much as you can. Now, disclaimer, Masterbuilt does say you don't need to do anything with the firebox area, that it should last quite a while, even if the actual metal breaks apart and everything down in the firebox, because they do have those fire bricks in there. Well, I did some further deep diving research, not really deep diving, went to the Masterbuilt site. But the fire bricks have a life to them too. So you will have to replace those over time. So you will, if you don't do this mod, you're going to be replacing your fire bricks in a couple of years or so. And they do sell them on their site. And you can also buy the replacement metal wall pieces as well. But I think using this sleeve, we're going to get a lot longer life out of it. And if this one goes bad, then I'll just replace it with another one. So cheers, thank you for watching this video, and if you haven't, hit the subscribe button and also like this video, man. Get me up there in that algorithm. Cheers.